What's going on, people? This is your host, Blanche Eden, with Black Trending News. This is the 24th episode, and tonight we're going to be talking about Miss Nicki Minaj Petty. Okay? So there's a lot of stuff going on around her relationship right now with Mr. Kenneth Petty. And I just want to touch on a few things. I want to get to know the gentleman myself a little bit based on what I see here online. That's all we really have to go off of. And we just have to use our best judgment, right? So it's been, I want to say, at least 6 months from my memory that we've been seeing this gentleman with Nicki Minaj on her Instagram and other news sources. And people are having mixed feelings about it online, but I think most people are aggravated that this gentleman has some skeletons in his closet, but they're not necessarily skeletons because it's public news. People know about it. Let's relax. We all know a person that has, some things that they've done wrong. He served his time. It's really her choice. At the end of the day, people have to make their personal decisions. I think people are being very dramatic, but at the end of the day, nobody can tell anybody what to do with their lives. All right, all we can say is, you know what? If she feels like it's a good decision for her, then what are we to do about it? How are we to judge and, get pushy? But a lot of people are getting pushy to the point where Nicki Minaj had to come out and, I quote, address the issue. And this goes back to my Unpopular Opinions of Little Kim podcast, where it's just, I would like to see female rappers, people in general, just not having to address fans about everything. So she addressed an old issue. I'm gonna play a clip of that, but first I want to talk about Mr. Petty here. So according to it's late. According to hiphollywood.com, Mr. Petty has he's got some stuff going on. So let's go over them, right? Before we, castrate the guy, I hope that's the right word. But before we, go off the deep end, which I think many people have already jumped. I haven't jumped because, again, it's not my life. It's not my business. So here we go. He's 40 years old and he's a level 2 registered sex offender. Okay. A lot of people are concerned about that. There's a lot of, and that's in the state of New York. A lot of people are offended about that. It's a sensitive subject, sexual abuse, children. There's a lot going on in the media that's reminding people, bringing up old dead thoughts, and people are probably feeling very sensitive. It says here, he's considered a moderate risk of repeat offense and will be required to register as a sex offender for life. According to TMZ, Petty was convicted of first-degree attempted rape in April of 1995. He was 16 at the time, and so was his victim. Other sources say that he was 15. Prosecutors said he used a sharp object when he tried to force the girl to have sexual intercourse. Petty served almost 4 years in New York State prison for the crime. So he's paid his time. Hopefully he has reflected on what he did, as a young kid, and said, you know what, I probably don't want to do that shit again. Let's hope that that's what he did. You know what I mean? People make mistakes. People do things. People can change. I believe that people can change. Not everybody. The majority of people usually don't change. But then there are people who change their lives around. He was very young. He's 40 now. Nicki Minaj responded to fans' comments very short and sweet. She said he was 15, she was 16, in a relationship. Y'all can't run my life. Y'all can't even run your own life. Okay, so things happen, right? Drama happens. But it got so bad where she had to disable her comments because people are so aggressive online and they really get attached to celebrities. They really feel like they know them. They really feel like their girlfriend or their boyfriend or they sis or whatever. And they get in. They get in, they go in, and sometimes there's no filter. It doesn't know when to stop. So let's move on. Let's keep talking about Mr. Petty. He served time over a shooting death. Okay. Petty pleaded guilty to first-degree manslaughter in the shooting death of a man named Lamont Robinson in 2002, according to a criminal complaint obtained by the Blast. All right, so he pleaded guilty. He did a crime. We don't know what happened behind this. If you know, drop it in the comment section. But my point is not to go into all these details. I'm trying to have a short podcast today. But we don't know the details behind the shooting, right? People get shot every day. Who knows what really happened? Officials originally charged Petty with murder in the second degree, but he was able to get it knocked down to manslaughter when he cut a deal. Petty pled guilty to the manslaughter charge in March of 2006 and served 7 years in prison after being sentenced to 10. He was released in May of 2013 and had been on supervised release for 5 years until May of this year. Okay, so he served a total of 11 to 12 years in prison. I think the man has had a lot of time to think. Okay, just thinking from a positive note here. Now, it does go to say that he has 12 mugshots. That's a lot. That's a lot of mugshots. Are they 12 different mugshots from 12 different times? I don't know how often a mugshot is taken. Is it taken every time he goes in? Is it 12 mugshots and maybe 6 offenses? Who knows, right? 12 sounds bad, right? That sounds bad, but it's 12 mugshots. They scream, they run. Oh my God, get out of there, run. I think people are concerned about her safety for the most part. But it's not like the man is guilty for, poisoning young ladies and going around raping 100 ladies. I mean, they sound like personal things. Crimes vary. So let's think about that. I don't know what the 12 mugshots are. If you know more about it, please put it in the comment section. Enlighten me a little bit because I don't know. But I'm moving on. It says that his most recent arrest, according to Radar Online, happened on September 12, 2018, when he was reportedly busted for driving with a suspended license. Not a big deal. Sometimes we go to state, licenses get suspended. I don't know. Ticket, parking, who the hell knows? I mean, everybody's been there who has a license that might have, gotten a ticket, didn't pay it. Personally, I've been through the same shit. That's not a huge deal. He's from Queens, New York, just like Nicki Minaj is. I'm from Brooklyn. So, people from New York, we just have a thing. We look for a particular type of man or girl because of how we grew up. It's most of us are attracted to people like us that come from that grew up with us, or, we look for just a certain swag, I guess you would call it. And maybe he has that swag that she's attracted to. And that's just what it is. They have a lot in common. They have a lot to talk about. According to sources, they grew up together. I mean, it's cool. I mean, it's like a reunite, People are looking really into it. They're digging. Stop reaching. It's okay. He works in the music industry. They don't know much about him, but he goes by Zoo, Z-O-O. And he works in the music industry. According to Gossip, he has 5 children. And he and Nicki Minaj are working on some projects together. So just to touch on that for a brief minute. There's a lot of the couple thing in the hip hop, and especially in the hip hop industry, I would say R&B as well, but not so much. I think it's more focused on hip hop. Most hip hop artists now are tagged with the opposite sex. It's just the thing now, so we don't know what's going on in that part of her career. Like, maybe her advisors are saying it's time to do this. Maybe she's like, I'm ready for this. I wasn't ready. Who knows what's going on, right? Like, we don't know them. So we really need to, like, have respect. Like, if you're a fan of somebody, you should respect that person and just respect the decisions that they make and wish them the best. That's all I want. Like, please, you should really have your own life going on and not be so overly concerned. That's just how a grown-up is. And most of the people that follow her are grown-ups. So if you grown, you grown. She's grown. She's older than most of her fans. So let's really stop. All right. So, there was some buzz about a license in the past. Back in June, right? I do remember hearing that, and I didn't go too crazy about it because a marriage license is not a wedding. So I was like, all right, so there's buzz about it. Let's see what happens. And now there's a second release of information that she's gotten a marriage license in a different state at a Beverly Hills courthouse with Kenneth Petty. As far as the wedding, it's a mystery, but there's clues. This is a big month. Like I said, I really truly believe that Rihanna's album is dropping this month. I also believe that it's a big month. It's a big month. The summer's about to end. Expect some really fun things to be happening from your faves, right? Several of her close friends flew into LA Tuesday, the day after she and Kenneth got their marriage license. The friends stayed in town for less than a day and flew out again. So maybe they're trying on dresses. Who knows what's going on? Hopefully it's good things and they're happy, right? They were all staying at 2 swanky WeHo hotels. I don't know what that means. Forgive me, I'm not rich. Probably means something really high sedity. I don't know. It says it's possible the wedding went down that day, but we're not sure. It's also possible they could get hitched this weekend. Her mentor, Lil Wayne, has a couple days off from his Blink-182 tour. And our sources say he plans to be in LA Saturday and Sunday. People usually get married on a weekend, so she's probably getting married this weekend. This is great. This is good news. Nobody's going to get married when they're in their fucking 40s and 50s, for the first time. Most people don't do that. Some people do. Bless them, But most people want to get married at a fairly decent age so they can spend the rest of their lives with their partner. So good news for that. I want to move along to this real quick.
Let me just address something. Because I've been meaning to address this and I keep forgetting. And now that I've addressed it, I never want to address it again. But this is very important. When people say things like about who I'm with, about, oh my God, you lowered your standards and you should have been this and this and that. It's so sad to me that you hoes are so readily and available to sell your pussies to the highest fucking bidder, that when people find real love and when a person is with a nigga that loved or liked them before they had a dime in their fucking pocket, how do y'all not understand that? How do y'all not understand happiness versus clout? Y'all be wanting to be with niggas just to post some fake ass relationship goals on IG so y'all could fake believe in some fake shit that they fake don't even stand for. Fake cheating and beating in abusive relationships. That's what y'all want? That's what y'all just want? I'd rather be with a nigga that I really know is about that motherfucking life and ain't about to play with none of you fucking niggas or and that loved me before I had anything, before I had a dime to my name, before my name was Nicki. So how fucking dare you talk about lowering standards, excuse me? These bitches is lowering their standards, being with a nigga for a fucking check and talking about and acting like this nigga ain't fucking playing the shit out of them behind closed fucking doors. I want you hoes to wake up. Wake up, hoes. No, but it's the truth. It's like, how fucking dare you? You know what? Money cannot buy me happiness and good sex too. To freedom. Money can't, and a lot of, I ain't gonna say no names, but a lot of these people that y'all want me to be with be fake on the low gay, be abusive mentally and physically and verbally, be having eating disorders. Okay? Sleaze time.
Okay, so just to touch on some things that Nicki said. When you're from New York, it's just the way we are. I'm guilty of it myself. You know, we're just the way we speak, many would say is disrespectful, but it's just how we talk. Like, and people who don't know me and I talk to them, they're like, the fuck? I'm like, yo, this is how I talk. You know, I'm sorry. So, you know, she's blunt. She's to the point. I get it. Most of us who are from New York, we get it. It's like second language to us. I don't hear disrespect. I just hear culture. I hear environment. I hear how I was raised. That's how my mom talked. That's how the fuck we talk. Like, that's what it is. But I will say that I could see how people will get offended. People get offended when I speak. People probably got offended when she spoke. But that's not what my focus is. Again, she did make it clear. I'm very happy that she made it clear. This is the first and last time she's going to address the situation. I hope that she's not going to have to just keep coming back and addressing people and explaining herself. But of course, it was a hilarious session. She made some valid points. So one of her major points was standards. And she wanted to address that people are accusing her of lowering her standards, and she does not agree with that. I mean, I'll go back to it again. We can't tell people, or we shouldn't be telling people what their standards should be. First off, I mean, that's just, you don't want nobody coming in your house and coming in your life and telling you how your standards should be. So why the fuck do you think you could tell a complete stranger to you? And she is a complete stranger to most of us and most of the people that are online running their mouths. Let's stop sugarcoating this shit. You don't know her. So we're fans, but like, there's gotta be a line somewhere. She set the fucking line today. Or that day when she recorded this. She set the line, you know. And she made a point saying that, yes, there are people online that to you look like their standards were met, or your standards were met based on what it looks like to you. And that's usually nice cars, money, happy life, perfect life, right? Everything's great. But she said that's not it. That's not it. That's not what she wants. She wants good sex. Okay, you can't blame a woman for wanting some good dick. And she wants happiness. She's saying you can't buy that. So she said, fuck what you see online, okay? Fuck all that. Because she said, you selling your pussy. You doing it for a check. Your heart's not in it. Her heart is in this, she's saying. So if she's telling you herself that her heart is in this and that this is not about money, what's the problem? What is the problem? I don't see what the problem is. You know, we have to believe people when they tell us something. No matter what we think, it's very important that we believe people when they tell us something. Especially when we don't even know this person. I mean, if your man says that he's cheating on you, if your man says that he's not cheating on you and you know that motherfucker's cheating because you know your man, that's a different situation. We don't know her. So if she's telling us that she's happy, well, I mean, why would she be telling us she's happy and she's not fucking happy? Well, who the fuck gets on a radio, their own radio show, and says they're happy when they're really not? People really like to see what they want. And if they don't see what they want, they feel this obsession to voice their opinion on it when nobody really gives a shit. Do you realize that she does not fucking, like, she's gonna live her, like, I mean, wait. So you think that if you get online and protest and scream and shout online that she shouldn't do this, she's gonna go, you know what? My fans really don't want me to marry you. I'm not gonna marry you. Are you fucking serious? Yo, you live in La La Land. The bullshit has gotta stop. It's gotta stop. Like, we're all grown-ups here. Like, stop the fussing. Stop the hating. If you don't want to see it, unfollow. Get off. Like, it's that simple. Like, I don't understand how you follow a person and you want to badger that individual about how they live in their life. Unfollow them and don't look at how they live in their life, because they have to live their life the way they want. Nobody has the right, especially a fucking fan. Like, can we put ourselves in the correct category of who we are to a person? We're fans, right? We like the music. That's all we are. Most of us, that's all it's ever going to be. So we have to cut the stand. I get it. Standing is cool, right? I have posters. I borrow your concerts. I love you. But that has to have a line too. Like I said in the other podcast, it's really sad seeing celebrities and public figures having to constantly be explaining themselves and defending themselves. Like, you guys are becoming the enemy. And I say you guys because I don't do this. First of all, I don't got no fucking time to be sitting online worrying about what people doing. Grown ass people. She's 36 years old. Can we please stop? Basically what she was saying is that money and status and what things look like don't have nothing to do with what the fuck it really is. And I understand that. You know, things could look one way. That's why y'all can't really be fooled. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not trying to start any type of controversy, because I know there's enough controversy between her and this other rapper, Cardi B, but I just get the feeling, like, my spidey senses are telling me that's who she's talking about. I could be wrong, I don't know, right? This my spidey senses are telling me, right? So let's just use Cardi B's relationship as an example. We've seen the downfall of her relationship. We've seen the up and the down, you know, but I feel like most of it is really beautiful. Like, it's like a fairy tale, you know, and Nicki Minaj's marriage is not a fairy tale. It's very real and it's very uncut. And I think people have a problem with viewing what is real and what is uncut. They want to see this fake ass facade, this photoshopped ass, if you want to compare it to something tangible so you can see the shit. That's what y'all want to see. Y'all want to see the Photoshop filters. She's like, there ain't no filter on my motherfucking marriage. This is what it is. Yeah, you know all my fucking business. Now leave me the fuck alone and let me enjoy my life. And I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Because why am I not going to be here for it? Hello? Leave a comment, subscribe, like if you like this video. I have to go. Peace out. Have a good night. Goodbye.